My parents were the kind of people who believed that mind over matter wasn't just a saying, it was a lifestyle. If you were tired, you were lazy. If you were sad, you were bored. And if you were sick, you were just looking for attention. It started when I was 10 years old, sharp, stabbing pains in my stomach that would leave me curled in a ball on the bathroom floor. My mother would walk past, adjusting her scarf, and say, "Stop being so dramatic, Chloe. You probably just ate your lunch too fast." My father was worse. He didn't even look up from his newspaper. He'd just say, "If you have enough energy to groan, you have enough energy to set the table." They grew up in a house where illness was a luxury they couldn't afford, and they made sure I knew it. By the time I was 15, I'd stopped telling them altogether. I learned how to vomit quietly. I learned how to hide the heating pads. I became an expert at faking a smile while it felt like a hot iron was pressing against my ribs. Fast forward to last summer. My brother Sam was graduating from law school, top of his class, the golden child who never got sick, never complained, and never caused a scene. The party was at a high-end steakhouse, white tablecloths, expensive wine, the whole works. I felt the first wave of pain during the appetizers. By the time the main course arrived, I was sweating, cold, clammy beads that made my foundation streak. I leaned over to my mother and whispered, "Mom, something is really wrong. I think I need to go to the ER." She didn't even look at me. She just took a sip of her Chardonnay and whispered back, "Not today, Chloe. Do not ruin this for your brother. Just sit there, be quiet, and smile." 2 hours later, I collapsed in the parking lot. I remember the sound of my father's voice as the ambulance pulled up. He was telling the paramedics, "She's just sensitive. It's probably a panic attack. She always gets like this when the spotlight isn't on her." I woke up 24 hours later post-surgery. Ruptured appendix. The surgeon told me that if I'd waited another 3 hours, I wouldn't have woken up at all. When my parents walked into the recovery room, my mother tried to hold my hand. She said, "We had no idea it was that serious, honey." I pulled my hand away. I looked her right in the eyes and said, "You had no idea because you were too busy making sure I didn't ruin the party." They still don't get it. They send me get well cards and act like it was just a scary misunderstanding. But now, when I feel a pain, I don't call them. I call an Uber because I finally realized that in their house, being fine was more important than being alive.